Konnichiwa, Spectrum lovers. Welcome back to the second part of the Spectrum collection. I'm going to go through these small box games today. Got a similar amount of these than I had the big box games. Then there might be a smaller video to come with like the cardboard and compilation type stuff. Right, well, crack on. First of all, we've got Xeno, which this is quite a recent pickup actually. Really fun, like speedball stroke air hockey type game. Quite difficult to get used to the controls, but a cracking good game. And I've got to thank Stu's Retro Reviews for this, because I bought this and it was faulty, but Paul, very gratefully sent me a spare it got, so we've got a great working one now. Cracking little game that is. I should have said, just especially for Dave, we had to put Dizzy on, didn't we? It's just the king. Right, there's no particular order to these really. 3D Painter. I used to love this back as when I had my first 48k Specker. Brilliant. You just sort of paint the maze in, it's kind of reverse Pac-Man really. Oh, great game. And then we'll show these two together, because we've got Trashman and Travel with Trashman, which that's the sequel I think, and that's the original. Life as a Bin Man. I'm sure there are much worse professions, but another classic early title. And then possibly one of the greatest games on the Spectrum for me. It was just legendary, and it's just fantastic. Daley Thompson's Decathlon. Much imitated, loads of multi-event sports games came out, but this will always be the best for me. Sensational. Oh yes, I had got this. I thought I had, because I showed the sequel in the other video, didn't I? Yeah, this is the one I had back in the day. I borrowed this off somebody. It was another C15 variant I had. So, chuffed to get the proper one. You didn't actually play the matches, you just made a few decisions and sort of watched brief highlights of the game. I used to think it was brilliant. Follow up to the classic Decathlon, we've got Daley Thompson's Super Test, which again is fantastic. More varied events, but I prefer the original myself. That's the 1-to-8 version actually. I can't remember what the difference is. I don't know if it all loads in one rather than being a multi-load. I seem to remember. Oh, another classic, Hunchback by Ocean. Ocean boxes, that they are the best without any question of a doubt. Absolutely fantastic. Love Hunchback. What a great game. Now this one, I've recently commented on Paul's video about this one, Mr. Bads, because he in his recent video he showed this. Pogo, which is kind of a Cuba rip-off, but it just happens to be my wife's favourite game. I'd never actually played it myself until the wife had said, oh, I used to love Pogo. Hunted one down, and it's quite a cool game actually. We'll show these two together as well. Again, two absolute classics. Chucky Egg 1 and 2. I don't remember playing much of Chucky Egg 2, but the first one, oh, brilliant game. Your classic sort of single screen arcade game. Collect the eggs. Oh, absolutely brilliant. But you've got to have the sequel as well, haven't you? Then this next one, Full Throttle by Micromedia. Allegedly it was supposed to be 3D. It's motorbike racing. I don't remember much about this one, to be honest. I've got half a feeling it's decent. I could do trying it again, really. Now again by Micromedia, allegedly 3D again, but this is a great game. 3D Death Chase. Brilliant. At the time, the effects on this were, and the speed of in what it moved, you know, how fast it was, absolutely brilliant. Like the speeder bike section of Star Wars, basically that's what this is. Avoid the trees, basically, travelling at high speed on like a speeder bike. Brilliant game. Now another 3 absolute classics. I can't hold all 3, so I'll put them up individually. First of all, Hungry Horace, legendary. If you had a Spectrum, you knew about Horace, didn't you? Brilliant. This was the Pac-Man clone. I can't remember if I had this with my original Rubber Key Specky or I got it shortly afterwards. I can't remember. But then obviously you had Horace and the Spiders, which is more of a platform style game, and I used to like this much better than Hungry Horace, to be honest. That was my least favourite, and then this was my second favourite. But of course, everybody's favourite, Horace Goes Skiing. Fantastic. Still love this game. This is my wife's second favourite game. You've got the little sort of Frogger section at the start, well, Frogger-esque, but then you've got the actual proper skiing game. Absolutely brilliant. You could argue it's the greatest skiing game ever made. I wouldn't disagree with you. Now, I don't think I went out my way to buy these. I think these came with some bundle I bought. But they're the old classics, obviously. Checkered Flag. Everybody who's got a Spectrum's probably got it. They might have come with them Horace games, possibly. And Reversi, which is I quite like it on a modern system. I don't think I've ever tried this one, to be honest. Oh, then we've got, these are the original packing games. So that one was with the Plus. But this is the very first game I ever played. Packed in with my Rubber Key Spectrum. It was all kind of sort of demonstrations of what your Spectrum could do on here. But my favourite was the breakthrough Arkanoid clone. Through the Wall it's called. I spent hours on it when I first had my Specky, because I probably only got 2 or 3 games. But I used to love it. Great for a bit of a nostalgia kick every now and then. Right, now this is one I never had back in the day. I remember the kid over the road had got this. I don't think I ever borrowed it off him, but it gets good reviews, or it did anyway. Ant Attack. Kind of looks 3D. I mean, visually impressive at the time. So that's the reason I bought that one, just to experience it really after 40 years. And it does look quite nice, to be honest. Then we've got 3D Tunnel, which I remember borrowing off a kid at school. And I lent him a game called Tribble Trouble, I think. And it took me months and months and months to get it back. This was alright. Obviously, it's a train in a tunnel, basically. But again, visually, I suppose quite decent at the time, really. But I had to get it back for the memories, and I don't think. No, I haven't actually rebought Tribble Trouble. That's another one on my list, which is a Software Projects game, as is Jet Set Willy. I mean, you've got to have Jet Set Willy, haven't you? I was never a big fan of it, to be honest. It's not a patch on the original, to my way of thinking anyway. Obviously you've got to have the sequel as well, haven't you? Again, not one I experienced back in the day, but just bought it to have the set really. And now, this is possibly, along with Renegade and one other one which will come a bit later, I would say this is the greatest game on the Spectrum. Manic Miner. Epic game. Still amazing to this day. You can get it on your tablet and your phone and anything these days, but on it, what an amazing game. Possibly the first platform game I ever played, I'm not sure, but it's stunning and it still stands up today. Amazing. Another fantastic game. We've got Bombjack. Brilliant conversion on the Specky as well. I spent hours on this. Fantastic game. If you haven't played Bombjack, honestly, play Bombjack. Right, now these are a nice little sort of subset, and these are one of the first games I ever remember buying or having bought me for my Spectrum from the shop I got the computer from. And it's Trans Am. Ultimate Play of the game, obviously. Went on to become rare. Which kind of I used to like it at the time. It's kind of an overhead, wouldn't call it a racing game, it's more of a driving game, finding stuff within the map. A little bit like Rally X, I suppose. It's a lovely cover, Trans Am. And then again, one of the very first games I ever had, Attic Attack. I hadn't got a clue what to do or what I was doing really, just walk around finding keys, opening doors, but an absolute classic. And it is still a cool cover, that one, I think. And then again, one of the greatest games ever made again, Jetpack. Fantastic, absolutely love it. Bought an Xbox One just to play the Jetpack refueled, which is good, but it's not as good as this. This is amazing. And then in the same set, now I didn't have this back in the day. I've just bought this, you know, in more recent years just to complete the set really. Lunar Jetman, which is it the one like Moon Patrol? Looks like it on the box. I've only played it once, I think. Another classic. Again, never had this back in the day. Cookie, but still one of the ultimate games, so I had to have it. And that's really not a bad game at all, to be honest. Not as good as this one though, I think. Psst, which is fantastic. You've got to stop things attacking, like your plant, what's growing in the middle of the screen. You know, there's all bug repellent and everything to let your plant grow to the full height of the screen. Cracking game, that is. Love it. Right, then we've got Commando, obviously arcade conversion. Elite did some cracking work on the Specky. I borrowed this off somebody back in the day. I never had the proper one. And it's not a bad conversion as I remember. This is another one I think I borrowed off somebody. The Dukes of Hazzard. Obviously the TV show was epic back in the 80s. What a brilliant entertainment. On a Saturday tea time I think it was on. Brilliant, loved it. This is like a side-on, I don't know what to call it, a racing game really. You do lots of jumps to avoid obstacles and stuff, but it was alright as I remember. And then we've got Automania by Microjet. Now this is part of a set with Wally. Is there 5 games in the set? Yeah, 3 Weeks in Paradise was one I showed in the previous video. That's Automania. 3 Weeks in Paradise was the 4th game, I think. Automania, was that the first one? Pajama Rama was the second one. They're all like kind of platform games really. What's the third one now? missing the third one. Oh, it's Everyone's a Wally. Wally. Yeah, Everyone's a Wally. Automania, Everyone's a Wally, Pyjama Rama, 3 Weeks in Paradise. Herbert's Dummy Run, isn't it, I think. Then we've got some Melbourne House titles. We've got Sir Lancelot, which, I can't remember this. My mate had this. It looks like a platform game, similar to Manic Miner. I played it in years. Can't remember. I'm sure this was good. I need to fire this up. And again, my mate had this. The same mate had this, I'm sure. Sports Hero, Melbourne House again. And again, I'm pretty sure this is a Decathlon type clone. Can't remember if that one's any good, to be honest. This one is though. Absolute classic. Melbourne House again. Way of the Exploding Fist. Spent hours on this. What an amazing classic game. That could have been the first fighting game I ever played, actually. Then we've got a Firebird game, Ollie and Lisa. Now, I lose track of these budget games because obviously back in the day they're mainly what you could afford on your pocket money. £2, and all the local paper shops had them, and you used to cycle around on your bike, you know, when you saved up £2 from your 50p pocket monies or whatever, or your paper round maybe, and you'd be buying these budget games, and you'd be buying them on the cover really, because you know many times the graphics on the back aren't actually Spectrum screenshots. This is one I had, but I can't remember it. I haven't played this since I bought it and tried it to make sure it works. It looks kind of a decent platformer, to be honest. Looks quite cool. And then we've got Ollie and Lisa 3, which is on, well, that was Firebird. This is on the Cartoon Time label. I don't know. I don't remember ever having this. I must have bought this because it was sort of a sequel to that. There must be an Ollie and Lisa 2. I don't know. I'm in the dark on this one, to be honest. But again, it looks quite nice. They will be Spectrum screenshots, I would imagine. Right, now we're into the Codemasters section. I love my Codemasters games. The boxes on Codemasters games are mega, in my opinion. Now, some of these I didn't have back in the day. I kind of buy Codemasters just because I like the boxes. And we've got Super Seymour, Saves the Planet. Now, I think they brought Seymour as a character out after Dizzy, I think. I don't remember ever playing this, to be honest. No idea if that's good or bad. Oh, I know this is good though. What a game, Dave. What a game. Stunning. Not the best Dizzy, but nevertheless, it's Dizzy. Fantasy World Dizzy. Now this is a classic. Not the best one again, I would say, but it's probably my third favourite. Absolutely brilliant. This is probably my second favourite. I've got Magic Land Dizzy. They're just awesome games. Dave's just wrong. Classic collectathon platform adventure games. Absolutely brilliant. Then we've got Dizzy Down the Rapids, which is kind of like, I think it's like tubing from memory. It's not it's just a Dizzy tagged onto another game really. It's just exploiting the name. As is this one really, Dizzy Panic. But this is quite good actually. It's kind of a puzzle sort of Tetris-y style game, but you've got to match up the shapes to the holes at the bottom of the screen. Really quite good. And then we've got Fast Food Dizzy, which is basically kind of a Pac-Man game. I just love the artwork. Oh, is that the Pac-Man game? Hang on a minute. It does look like the Pac-Man game, because we've got Quick Snacks Dizzy as well. I can't remember. No, I can't remember what that one's like, to be honest. It's been ages since I played that. Quick Snacks Dizzy. What a classic. BMX Simulator. For £2 you couldn't go wrong with this at the time. It was brilliant. Super Sprint on BMXs. Absolutely fantastic. And they did put Spectrum screenshots on the back of this one. Fantastic game. And again, the same game in cars really. We've got Grand Prix Simulator. Johnny Dumfries on the front. Anybody remember Johnny Dumfries? A classic. And now we've got Twin Turbo V8. Now this is a really good, and I think they are the Spectrum screenshots on there. Real good looking 3D racer. Twin Turbo V8. Now this is one of my favourite games on the Spectrum. Absolutely spent hours on this. I loved it. And we've got ATV Simulator, which is kind of like an enlarged version of Kickstart. Well, you know, the graphics are larger. Just side to side, negotiate the obstacles on your quad bike. Can you see that there? I don't know. Fantastic. It's oh, brilliant. But then of course we've got the daddy of all the Dizzy games, Treasure Island Dizzy, which is why I put it on the screen up there. That isn't the Spectrum version, I must say. That's on the Evercade, which I think is the NES version. But I can't get the Spectrum running on that telly up there. This game is brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. The greatest Dizzy game, in my opinion. Love it. The Amiga version is best, to be fair. Then we've got a few Mastertronics. Now I think this is an arcade conversion from memory. Really good game, Motos, or Motos. Yeah, it's a Namco arcade game. And basically, your sort of spacecraft has got to knock off all the enemy spacecrafts off the playing surface, basically, before they knock you off. Really, really good. You can see that it's sort of like a chessboard style playing area, and you've got to use the momentum of your ship to knock off the others. Great game. Then we've got the aforementioned Kickstart 2. What a TV show Kickstart was. Man, they need to bring that back. Oh, it was brilliant. Watching people fall off motorbikes. Oh, fantastic. I think the Commodore version of this is better, to be honest, but it's a great game, Kickstart. Well, 2 that is. I'm not sure you can get Kickstart 1 on the Spectre, actually. I don't remember what this one's like. Ball Crazy. Bounce Eric the ball around the screen. Change the colours of the blocks. Pick up the bonus objects. Fight off the chasers. And try to as large a score as possible. Ball Crazy? You certainly will be. That's how the box says. Screenshots from the Amstrad version. No idea. Oh, hang on. Ah, yeah. Isn't this? I've got a feeling you have to change the colour of them bricks at the bottom of the screen by bouncing on them. It's just come back to me. One I had as a kid. Then this game, along with Renegade and Manic Miner, are my favourite 3 on the Specky. On any given day, they all might be my favourite. Though I'm struggling for anything to topple Renegade, to be honest. But that said, 180. Without doubt, the best game of darts you've ever seen on any home computer or console. It's the best video game of darts that's ever been made, in my opinion. And you can have anything you like come out on any system to the modern day. This is brilliant. Extremely playable, and it's even got speech on the Mighty Specky. Absolutely amazing game. Right, not far to go now. What are these? We've got 2 Mastertronics again. We've got Speed King 2, which is obviously bike racing. I don't remember this. Looks kind of like Hang On. I'm not sure that's the right case. That should be a yellow case on that one. And then we've got Milk Race, which is a sort of cycling racing game. I don't know if it's going to focus on that. That was quite good, as I remember at the time. And then we've got an alternative Manic Miner on the Bug Bite label, I should say. And then we've got, I don't remember this, Turmoil, again on the Bug Bite label. No idea what this is. Looks like a single screen arcade style game. This must have come with something else I've bought. Looks alright, to be fair. I need to try that. Turmoil. Bubble Bus Software, we've got Starquake. Now, I never had this. I bought this because I read it was really good. I seem to remember. No, there's no screenshots on that. Can't tell you a thing about it, I'm afraid. We've got a budget re-release of Bombjack. What's this label? Encore. That's Elite's budget label, I think, isn't it? And then we've also got the Encore version of Boogie Boy as well. As I said in the big box collection video, brilliant, amazing game, but the Commodore is the best in my opinion, which is the top screenshot there. Oh, now this is brilliant. This is another Elite game, but the budget Encore version. Grand National. Fantastic. I'm not into horse racing or anything, but this is basically a racing game. Overhead view on riding a horse, and you basically got to control your stamina and speed and jump the fences and win the Grand National, basically. Amazing game. Then we've got Jack the Nipper 2. This is more expansive than the original. I prefer the original one myself, which I thought I've got actually. But yeah, they made it a much bigger game, but I prefer the original myself. It's a shame I haven't got the full price version of that, really. Yeah, I've got the budget Jack the Nipper as well. On the Kicks label, again, there's their Commodore screenshots on the back. But this is a cracking little game. You just have to do, you're a little baby, Jack the Nipper, and you just run around picking stuff up, taking it somewhere else and doing things, you know, naughty with it. Like, I seem to remember you put glue in the washing machine and things like that. Real good game. No, I never had the Monty games back in the day. But people used to say they liked them, and I think I bought this one because of that. I don't remember playing it, to be honest. Auf Wiedersehen, Monty. I don't know if that's the last. Is that the last one? Because there's a few of them. Then we've got Kong with the yellow spine. another Ocean game. Donkey Kong rip-off, obviously. Then we've got... where's that? I've got a Mr. Wimpy somewhere, that's gone missing. I don't know. Anyway, we've got some hit squads, just a few. I'm not going for a full hit squad set. Renegade, just brilliant. No words need saying. Then we've got another Encore game. We've got the Paperboy version on the Encore label. I think this is a text adventure. It's the 128K version, the Never Ending Story on the Ocean label. Cool cover though. But text adventures aren't for me. And then we've got now that we've got a loose cassette here. That was a magazine freebie. Unfortunately, some knobhead has pulled the sticker off the front of the tape. It's Road Race by Ocean, which is a really good, 3D driving game style game. But like I said, it was free on the front of a magazine. I can't remember if it was your Sinclair or Sinclair User, but really good game actually. Then we've got just a few more hit squads now, and that's it. We've got Chase HQ. I don't want to go down the hit squad road, but I am contemplating just collecting the driving hit squads. So I'm thinking about that. So we've got Chase HQ anyway, and we've also got Power Drift. So we've got two towards the driving game set, and then we've also got the hit squad version of Daley Thompson's Super Test, and then the last one we've got Rambo 3, very kindly donated by the Retro Bear, and that's the extent of my hit squad collection so far. I definitely had. I'm confused now where my Mr. Wimpy's gone, because that's a cracking game. It must have got put in a different box. It's vanished. Anyway, they're all my small box games for the Spectrum. I'll just do one further video at some point in the next week or so, hopefully, with the cardboard box games. Maybe that's where Mr. Wimpy is for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, all that did. Let us know in the comments what you think. Share the specky love. Thanks for watching anyway, and I'll see you soon. Sayonara.